Yeah, alright everyone, welcome back, good evening, all that kind of stuff. Okay, apologies for the lack of videos of late, that's why I put out some archive stuff, you know. The innovator does it again, puts something out that's original, unlike, well, we won't get there because, you know, people seem to enjoy hearing about Danny G and Andy Smith and Brett May. Oh, God, where do we find them? Alright, so... yeah, probably won't be able to do a video tomorrow. I got another 14-hour shift at work. Just got back from the gym. Had a great little sparring session with some heavyweight. I don't know, it was fucking 18 stone, 18 and a half stone. Big old lad, but, you know, amateur. But getting there, I'm working him through, you know, but we had a barnstormer, mate, you know what I mean? Caught me with a lucky shot, by the way. Yeah, so, yeah, apart from that, Saturday I've got rugby practice, Sunday I've got market, you know, so it's going to be, I'm going to do videos when I can squeeze them in. So let's talk anyway, what's been happening on YouTube for the last couple of days, since I last done my current events. Alright, not a lot, unfortunately. So we've got the Jizness still begging for some traction, for some back and forth. Last time he had a back and forth, do you remember, with Narrative Destroyer? He'd give up. No more. I can't take it no more. You know, tried to come on here. Think he was another Danny Christie without the charisma, without the personality, without the intelligence, without the fighting skills, without the physique, without the... you get the picture, yeah? The Oxfam version of Danny Christie. Alright, so he's like going back and forth, making out he wants to have a boxing match with Jake because nobody else will entertain him. Nobody, you know what I mean? Even Dimmy Mushroom swerved him. Dimmy would have put him on his arse. Trust me, you know? It's getting rather desperate. It is getting rather... Don't forget, this guy, he's in cahoots with Video Craig. That says it all. Shadow Bacon, that says it even more all. He will, and the stupid stinking sniffing sheriff. I mean, he will collaborate with anybody that gives him fucking, you know, a smile, should we say. It's cringe, it's not funny, it's not clever. He's another one pretending he's a fighting man, he's getting fit, he needs 12 weeks, they're going to have a fight. Jake's asked for, which I think is underpaying himself, under-asking, should we say, yeah? Under-asking what his worth is. I'd say Jake is worth 6, 7, 8, perhaps 8 bags. Jake's saying for 5 he will do it. Do you know what I mean? Jake brings the numbers, mate. He's, apart from myself, he's the only one that's got a bit of a creative spark on this corner of YouTube. Everyone else is dead wood. Paul Dumbo Venice, he done a video about Tommy Inch. Tommy Inch! Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Where are these 3 fights you promised you was going to have by the end of the year? You won't even have one, and yet we'll have the same old nitwits, the same old bumboys coming on saying, oh, Venice is an animal, he'll tear him apart. Oh, Venice will win. Of course, Venice will destroy him. How would we know? We've yet to see him have a fight. For fuck's sake, where do we find these goofs? They've all got fighting channels, but where's the fighting? We got Brett May, was he sat in his car rabbiting on about, what was he rabbiting on about? You know what, I didn't watch, I don't care to watch, so we'll swerve that way. I'll try and catch Brett May's next video, so I'll have something to talk about. It's the same old shit. Nobody cares about the BKFC, nobody cares about Brett and his 12-week training camps, and he's never going to fight. Never going to fight, it's all for YouTube clicks and views. He's happy loafing around with a couple of pints of Guinness and a fucking a kebab wrap or whatever. You know what I mean? You know, he's just a slob, mate. He don't know about boom, bam. That's how you do it, mate. Oh, I'd love to get Brett May in the ring. I would come out of retirement just for that. What else has happened? We got Big Decker coming back on June the 26th. Really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to the raffles. To thank all his members. His long conversations about the downtrodden white folk in the UK. You know, the law-abiding, hard grafters, you know what I mean, that are how can we, shunned by society, shunned by the government, you know what I mean? Oh, God, where do we find them? Yeah, nothing's happened on YouTube. I can't come on here and talk about nothing ever happens. Yeah, there's a few lives here and there, a few people having a few squabbles, well, you know, the usual stuff. What can I say? Nothing happens. Nothing worth talking about. This corner's dead. It's going to take a creative genius like me to mix things up again. Otherwise, you're going to be seeing the same old videos each day by Video Craig, talking about Andy Smith and his fucking comfort blanket, or Danny G and his golf and his philandering ways with minors. Do you know what I mean? Did I not always tell people that Danny G? You just couldn't trust him. Do you know why you can't trust him? Because he's got a crooked mouth. He's got a crooked mouth, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of crooked mouths, remember? What happened to him? Do you remember Big Bird? Popeye? What's his name? John Paul Fitzliar. 'Cause I eat me spinach. He was gonna have a fight. 2.5 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, he refereed for his good friend Kudo, who had at least 2 fights, while he sat there dossing around like a big fucking scrawny pepperami, looking stupid. Looking fucking stupid. Then you got the stupid stinking sheriff. He comes back every couple of weeks. He's on proper, mate. He was just on the marching powder 6 months ago. He's on God knows what now, mate. Fucking hell. Have you seen the kip of it? Jesus Christ, I've seen a milk bottle with more fucking colour. And look all that flabby loose skin. Jesus Christ, someone get that man a treadmill. And then we got Christopher John Edward Leonard James Murphy. Nothing to say about him. He's a grafter. He's a grafter. That's why I like Chris. Chris, king of the roast, king of the meltdowns, whatever way you... He's a grafter. He's a hard worker, you know what I mean? There's very few people that actually work hard on this corner of YouTube. Dr. Apple is a hard grafter. King of the meltdowns is a hard grafter. Banter JDP is a hard grafter, and maybe... You know what I mean? If you give me a couple of hours, I could probably come up with another one or two. But Danny Christie is a hard grafter. You know what I mean? Derek Gordon Beggy is a hard grafter. Actor, author, fighter, pervert. Only joking. Don't worry, there's a lot on here that's done a lot worse, isn't there? Ain't there, Masters? Ain't there, Danny G? And ain't there video? Oh, never mind. Never mind. Anyway, people, like I said, tomorrow I'm doing 14-hour shift at work, so it's work. Beginning of July, I start my 3rd job. You know what I mean? I just love to graft. Just, you know what I mean? I just want to put a little away for a rainy day. Saturday, I've got rugby practice. Sunday, I'm doing the market. So I'll see you when I see you. God bless.